If you are going through the process of applying to graduate school programs, you might be realizing that the personal statement is quite different from any other form of writing that you've ever done before. And with that, you probably have questions about some of the best practices when writing a personal statement. One question that comes up a lot is how applicants should format their personal statement. And one thing that I always say to applicants is that the personal statement is an opportunity for you to showcase your academic writing abilities. The personal statement is the only form of writing typically that the admissions committee is going to see before accepting or rejecting you to their program. So you want to take that opportunity to really show them that you have the academic writing skills that they're looking for. And one really easy way to add some professionalism and really showcase your academic writing abilities is by formatting your personal statement in an academic manner. So what I always recommend doing is following the formatting style that you are used to using from your undergraduate degree. In the field of social work and other social science programs, we use APA formatting. So typically, that's the style that I recommend using if you are applying to the Master of Social Work program. So there's a couple basic things that you should be doing to format your personal statement in APA. You want to put it in 12-point font, use Times New Roman, and double space your work. You should also use page numbers and a running head. In the description of this video, I'm going to link our APA style template, which you can download for free and use to help you format your personal statement. When you get to the editing stage, I would also highly recommend that you make sure that your formatting is consistent. One mistake I often see is applicants will accidentally use a few different fonts or sizes, and it's easy to miss, but it does look less polished when you aren't using consistent formatting throughout. You should also use an APA style title page. Again, the template will lay it out for you, but you basically want to put the title, your name, the date, and the school name centered in the middle of the page. The title of your personal statement should be relatively simple, and I would recommend using the terminology that the school is using to describe the paper. So as an example, I would use the term personal statement, letter of intent, statement of purpose, program proposal. Whatever they call the body of work that you are using to send to the school, that's what I would make the title. In addition, the date that you put on your title page should be the date that the application is due. So for example, if you started writing your application on September 15th and it was due on October 1st, the date you should put on the title page is October 1st, not September 15th. The next thing you want to do is add subheadings that align with the prompts that the school is asking for. Adding subheadings is a great way to break down your personal statement, keep it organized, and make it very easy for the reader to navigate and see all of your answers. So what I recommend doing is coming up with condensed versions of the prompts that are being asked and turning those into headings. So for example, if a school has a big prompt asking, tell us about your motivations and interest in social work and your personal and professional experiences that gave you skills to become a social worker. A simple heading to summarize that would be motivation for pursuing social work. As another example, if the school is asking for an area of interest and for you to analyze a social justice issue and then talk about how a social worker might address those issues, I would summarize that by titling it area of interest. Again, I wouldn't get too creative here. Make it very easy for the reader to assume which prompt each of those subheadings align with. There are some instances where you wouldn't include subheadings. One example would be if your personal statement is extremely short. For example, if your personal statement is 500 words total and the school is asking for 5 or 6 different questions within those 500 words, it's going to be very difficult for you to have a very cohesive and comprehensive statement if you are breaking those up into separate prompts. Those types of personal statements are usually better answered in a more freehand way where you're kind of referencing all of the prompts that they're asking while in an integrated way. Adding research and references is another great way to make your personal statement stand out. Not only does it show the reader your academic writing abilities, it also proves that there is a need for social work in your area of interest. So, say you talk about an area of interest based on your insights and connect that to a social justice issue. Can you find some research or statistics that back up the observations or insights that you made? So, for that reason, I would highly recommend integrating a little bit of research and literature into your personal statement. So, that's going to include in text citations and then an APA style reference page. Again, there's always a caveat. Some schools will not allow you to write in APA formatting because of the parameters set by the school. For example, a lot of schools will have you copy and paste your responses into a form or a text box. So in that case, obviously, you're not going to be able to do things like double spacing or adding a title page, but you can still integrate a little bit of research and possibly include in-text citations. Now, one thing that is really important to remember with all of this is that if the school provides instructions that does not agree with this advice, always listen to the school first. Follow any instructions that they provide and use this as a secondary resource. And if they don't provide any guidelines about how to format your personal statement, I would always err on the side of formatting it in a professional manner and using APA formatting. I hope this helps, and if you have any questions about how to format your personal statement, let us know in the comments, and be sure to grab your copy of our free personal statement template in the description below.